Just give me some reaction. I just wanna be girl, I like the
It's another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Rubbin Minds. Welcome. My name is Ebuka Obilchendo. Great to have you here on the show today. We're going to be kicking things off as usual with the week that was, and I have here with me a very special guest to run through what's been in the news. Ademuji Migbenga, thanks for being here today.
How are you?
You're a life coach. How's it going? Very well,
How was
thank
the
you.
week?
It's Nigeria. We're alive, so we're just always thankful that we're alive. So let's start off with pretty much interesting news. Let me put it that way. Maybe exciting news for the APC, but not so exciting, of course, for the PDP. Taraba State, the tribunal there ruled that the APC candidates, Mrs. Al-Hassan, is supposed to be the governor, and she's been declared governor pretty much, making her the first female elected governor in Nigeria. Groundbreaking stuff there, isn't it?
For forever, I think the campaigners and the supporters of, I don't want to use the word feminism now, the campaigners and the supporters of the fact that, oh, let our women rule our world, let them do some things. I think by now they should share testimonies in church today, and then on Friday they should try and give some sarah at mosque, thanking God that, oh, at last our dream had come true. And I'm happy for her, because the truth of the matter is the woman actually fought hard during the election. I remember the stunts that PDP put with her. And at the end of the day... It
was one of the last results to be declared, because there was a lot of back and forth about
that's why
the numbers.
The word stunts.
Yes.
A lot of things went, and the tribunal just declared that, hey, no ways, this is not happening and you have to be the governor. For me, I'm happy for her, like I said, but I think PDP will not be happy at all. Because some of them are even saying, oh, this is impunity of the highest order. One of my bros, governor of Ekiti State, Ayofayoshi, is saying, no, this judgment cannot stand before God and cannot stand before man. But the truth of the matter is, if we should go by what the judge declared, apparently PDP did not put their house in order, even in the first place before the election. Not to talk about after the election. Before the election, I think they made some mistakes which actually put them into trouble during the judgment at the tribunal.
Very interesting there. It's a very weird situation for a lot of people, because what now happens is she was passed as a minister now.
Yes.
So that slot is now open for Taraba State first of all.
But remember during the screening at the National Assembly, one of the senators asked that, are you going to contest again for governorship? Are you sure Mr. President will allow you to go to become a governor from the ministry? And he said, Mr. President is a good man, that he is a liberal man. He allows you to do your dream, and that is like the senator who asked that question is like he was a prophet that day. It's like he knew that this woman may not at the end of the day become a minister, but governor. And that is exactly what is happening now.
Yeah. What is most significant for a lot of people is the fact that this happened in the north. I mean, we've always heard stories about how women in the north are more marginalized and all of that. So how significant is it that this sort of news is coming from the north, from the northern part of Nigeria?
Yeah, it's a barrier breaker.
And even the northeast.
Yeah, it's a barrier breaker.
Particular. Yeah.
That's the word. It's a barrier breaker. So for everyone in any geopolitical zone now should know that, oh, if this could come from this area, then there is nothing like, if you are now saying they are playing marginalization, then you should think twice, because something has happened and somebody has broken the barrier.
A lot of people have always said that, when people say, oh, give the youth a chance or give women a chance, people have always advocated for people to actually earn it. And this is one sign of someone who's earned it without necessarily getting appointed.
Yes, you are right. That case as it is actually is a slimy thing. Because, in this part of the world, Africa, our background, how we were raised and all that. And to some people, till tomorrow, they think, oh, this female thing or this youth thing is a westernization of our culture and other. But the truth of the matter is, you don't have only men in the society. You also have the women, you also have the youth, the children and all that. And like I said, I'm happy for her. And I believe very strongly that she should prove something positive and significant in her regime to convince other people around the world, especially in that part of the nation, that hey, we women, we can do something better We've seen some
Does she really
women.
owe that, though? Does she owe that more to women than maybe to her party or to the Taraba state as a whole?
That's a critical one. That's a critical one. But I think to both sides. Yeah, I think to both sides, and I wish her well.
What does PDP do going from here now? Of course, there's room for appeals and all of that, and
Yes.
they're definitely going to be pursuing it. So,
Yes,
but what
one-
should they be doing differently now?
Anyway, I'm not their legal advisor, so I cannot tell them what they should do differently. But what I know about APC, right from the days of ACN, I was telling my wife this morning, I said, you know what, I'm not sure I've seen APC, right from their days of AC, I'm not sure I've seen them losing Tribunal up to 15 to 20% in their entire lifetime. Anything Tribunal is like they have one special grace to win Tribunal every
You talk about
time.
grace now. People have actually.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just using that word.
I know what you mean. But my point is now, since this government came into power, people have talked about the fact that there's a trend going on, especially with tribunals that are now sitting in Abuja, taking tribunals away from the states.
Their states.
And this is the third one now that sat in Abuja and has gone the way of the APC.
Yeah, because according to APC and according to the tribunal, security, in terms of River State, I mean, look at what happened. Let me tell you the truth. I, for one, I will never sit in River State for any tribunal. If I'm part of the judges, I won't try it. Because we've seen different things that played out in that state. I mean, Ebuka,
Is that the same case with Taraba?
Okay, not really. Not really. But you know the antecedent of the fact that, whenever we want to look at what happened in Ekiti. Ekiti was not like that before. But throughout last year, what happened? There was no rest. I'm not even sure the governor was able to do anything tangible throughout the year. Even this year, one problem today, tomorrow another problem. So that is my own fear. You know, on one part they are justified. On another part, yes, the Yoruba will say, if you give a madman a hoe or a cutlass, he will surely crave those benefits to his own side. Do you understand? Now that when PDP was in power at the center, of course they do what they like. They bring everything to Abuja as well, and
Did they really?
Yeah, for some cases, not all, but for some cases. So if PDP is at the center now, and they said, okay, this is how we want to do it, coupled with the fact that there is high tense level of insecurity now in the nation, I mean, I think on that part they are justified.
Let's leave all of that now. I mean, it's a long legal battle as far as I'm concerned. Yes, she's going to be sworn in as governor, but of course the PDP will pursue.
She finishes her 4 years, it's going to be
the PDP,
on.
of course, will pursue whatever.
PDP should just go back to their drawing board and re-strategize.
But they have the option of appealing. Why wouldn't they pursue that?
Yes, they can, but appeal is not sure.
Well, they have the option of that at least. Let's move on now. Still talking about the APC and their 5,000 naira. Came back into the news again this last week. You know, they made this promise before the election that they were going to pay underprivileged Nigerians or the poorest of the poor, according to them, 5,000 naira every month as sort of a social welfare package. And that hasn't kicked off yet. And of course, PDP brought it up again, saying, what happened to this promise? Another one of the promises that's gone. We did hear from our governor, a ministerial nominee, I think, Fayemi, did say that, okay, that plan is still going to be on and all of that. Is this really achievable? Is it really achievable? Because we're talking about close to 30 million Nigerians who are going to be getting 5,000 naira every month.
Yeah.
Where does that money come from?
Anyway, I don't work for federal government, so I'm going to speak as a Nigerian. I saw a tweet yesterday. Now, I don't know how credible it is, but I saw it on social media. The tweet conversation between Professor Oshibajo, that's the vice president, and some people about this issue of 5,000 naira. And what I saw was that he wrote there that, we did not promise everybody 5,000 naira. We promised the underprivileged 5,000 naira. And what we need to get first is the database. And I think that is clear for me. Where is it? How do you can imagine what happens to pension fund. You know, you imagine what happened to the ghost workers in some states. I was in Kaduna State at the middle of this year when El Rufai, the governor, was doing the screening exercise for people, and they recovered a lot of money. I mean, running into billions of naira. People who are not working but they are earning. This is Nigeria. You and I know what plays out, what people can do. So for me, I think Prof is right. The Vice President is right. That the first thing we need is the database. We need to get the right database. I was asking somebody on my street, do you know your councillor for your ward? Do you know the chairman? Do you know the vice chairman? He said no. Okay, how are you sure? How many? Do you know how many people that are living on your street? He said he doesn't know. And he works in one of the federal parastatals. I don't want to mention the name. You'll be shocked. How can you be working in this part? I mean, in this area, and you don't even know what? I mean, you should be able to take it as a point of duty for yourself to come and say, okay, guys, follow me. We need to do this thing for my local government.
But now the fear is that this particular government has been accused by a lot of people of being too slow with things. You know, we've seen how long it took for ministers to be appointed, if not even sworn in yet. They're still on their retreat, I think. You know, so we don't even know when the cabinet is going to start sitting. This data collection, how long is it going to take? When does it mean the 5,000 naira can be paid in 2018, for example? Okay. Depending on when they decide to finish with the collection of data.
Yes, for me, if I'm going to speak apart from the issue of database, I think the next thing is the budget. When is the next budget coming on board? That's another question. Because if there is no budget, these same PDP or these same Nigerians will come on board and say, where are you getting money that you are spending for these people? Because the budget had not been appropriated, or the money had not been passed by the Senate. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you say this government is slow and steady, anyway, I don't know, I don't understand that deeply, but what I know, sir, is this. I think a step at a time is better than taking 2 steps at the same time and you now fall. Do you understand? Yeah. Especially on a road that is slippery. Rain just finished falling, and you are now saying you want to be running on a slippery road. You will fall and your teeth will be erased. So for what is happening, especially at this stage of our country, I think it is better for us to be taking 1 step at a time. Normally, we are these, fast forwarding people, 100 meters dash. But the truth of the matter is, it is not 100-meter dash at this point. It is a journey. It has to be a race, gradual process. That is my own take.
Okay, Nigerians will be watching very closely. Thank you very much for being here. We have a lot to talk about, but unfortunately, there's no time.
Yes,
when we talk about Nigeria, we'll get very passionate about it. But thanks for being here today. We're going to be taking a break now, but I want to wish the Golden Eaglets very good luck today, as they're going to be taking on the team from Mali for the final at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Hopefully, they come back with the trophy. We'll see you guys in a moment.